Hi, this is Miss To. Today I'm going to talk about the trend question, and I will use the example of 2016 DSE Paper 1 Question 1 to illustrate. So let's get started. Firstly, you should understand this word trend. In Chinese, it's called 趨勢. There's a recent chance that students are weaker in doing Part A and Part B questions, but very interestingly, they are doing better in the long questions. So I will spend some time to talk about the Part A and Part B questions. So you should bear in mind the meaning, the definition of trend, 2 words. General. Firstly, you need to the description should be general, and secondly, you should show the changes. So firstly, you should generalize your idea, generalize the change into a topic sentence. Later on, I will show you some examples of generalization. And secondly, you should describe the changes. Describe the changes with the following steps. Firstly, you should show the increase or decrease, and describe its speed, whether it's increase or decrease slowly, increase or decrease gradually, or rapidly, from period A to period B. And period A and B is stated in the question. Say if the question is from 1914 to 1918, then you should state from 1914 to 1918. Just follow the question. Then you need to copy the figures, if there is any. From the source, you should copy from the beginning to the mid of the years of the period, and from the mid of the period until the end of the period. Copy the figures. And finally, copy the topic sentence again, or rewrite the topic sentence with other words. So what is generalization, 歸納, and what is the trend? Take a look on these 3 examples, example A, B, and C. See which of them is not a trend. And bear in mind that trend means the generalization of the change. You need to show the change. Okay, see? A, there was an decreasing percentages of the patients opting for Chinese treatment. And for B, Western medical treatment became prevailing or became more popular. And C, patients received Chinese or Western treatment. So which one is not a trend? Which one does not show the change? Can you see it? Yes, the choice is C. C is not a trend, but A and B show the trend. So take a look on the question. It asks the trend of medical development in Hong Kong reflected in source A. And from source A, you can see the statistics of the percentages of patients opting for, means choosing, opting for Chinese and Western treatments. One student told me that when she saw this question in the exam in 2016, she felt very scared because she saw a lot of figures, and she saw Tonghua Hospital that she thought she's not familiar with, and she feels scared, and it affects her emotion, and she explained that that's why she did not do well in the exam. Well, I just want to tell you, don't be afraid of the figures. Don't be afraid of the new topics that you have not seen. Well, actually, if you see trend question, you should be very happy. So don't feel scared because of the new topic. So let's get back to the question. It shows that from 1912, the percentages of Chinese treatment decreased from 63.2 to 45.8 in 1924, and it kept decreasing by to 38.2 in 1936, and it means that the Chinese treatment became less popular among the inpatients. Yes, remember to copy inpatients as well. And the second example you may talk about is the Western treatment. You can see the Western treatment increased from 36.8 in 1912 to 54.3 in 1924, and further to 61.8 in 1936. So it became more popular, or became prevailing, more important among the inpatients. This is the second trend, but you only need to talk about one trend. So take a look on this sample. This student said the medical development was becoming more advanced, 更加先進, and was applied with more Western medical knowledge. So this student is clever. She's able to show the change. So she gave some example here. She said both Western treatment use inpatients and outpatients increases from something to something, and from something to something. And I guess one word is missing, that is respectively. And one more thing she has missed is the year. The years. What is the period? She did not mention. And then she gave the RQ here. This shows that Hong Kong began to use more Western medical knowledge when treating patients. RQ. This is a good practice. And she gave one more trend besides. There was a decline of the use of Chinese treatment. But here she did not give any figures. And she concluded that thus medical treatment became more advanced with increasing use of Western medical knowledge. So actually the second trend here is not necessary because the question only needs one trend, right? So just delete it. And guess how many marks she got? She got a full mark. Why? Because she can show the change. She successfully generalized the change with one topic sentence, and she gave some figures. Though the years are missing, she still got the full mark. So what I mean is, when you see some new topics or some topics that you're not familiar with, don't be afraid. Just try your best to understand the sources and read the question very carefully. Follow the skills that I taught you, and you will do well. Good luck.